Alright, Playboys, we back. We got some more Fire Emblem Heroes, and today we got this brand new double special banner. So we can go ahead and take a look at this one and see if there's anything worthwhile to go for here. Now, of course, we're coming off the heels of two really good banners. Of course, CYL 8 and also this summer banner here that just had an astounding amount of fodder. So people are very low on orbs. Me especially, like, I've only got 3 orbs right now, and I still am trying to get Kanto Curb over here. So I don't know what's going to happen in terms of the orb count, but then also, if we go ahead and take a look at the calendar, we also have a legendary banner coming up very shortly. Oh, what is this? Oh! Hold on. They're finally doing it? They're finally giving Rebecca her... Hold on. We got to see this artwork fix real quick. This was not planned, but artwork fix for Rebecca, yes, please. Okay, where can we see it? Let's see. It's got to be in here somewhere. All right, here we go. So, Rebecca, looks like she's getting Jotunheim attire. Okay, that's pretty good. Obviously, a much-needed upgrade. If ever there was an artwork in the game that needed a fix, it was this one. Yes, sir. I like Rebecca. I've always found her to be a fun character from FE7. Okay, so there we go with that. Let's head back to the game now, and let's continue what we were actually doing. Okay, so I wanted to show the calendar, wherever that may be. There's an easy way for me to get to the calendar, and just show the date for the legendary banner is all I want to do. We're probably going to get the trailer for that very shortly, so... I mean, if I have to scroll really far, I'm just... Okay, here it is. Alright, so the legendary banner is going to be... Actually, it doesn't look like we know yet. Yeah, the schedule or the calendar has not extended long enough for us to see the date for all the upcoming stuff. So, the legendary banner is probably going to be at the end of the month, and that's very shortly in time. So, we're going to get the trailer soon, and whether or not you're going to want to summon over there as opposed to summoning here, I think, is probably something you're going to want to consider. But without further ado, let's actually take a look at this banner now. So there are some key units here. Of course, in particular, this one, who is at the top of the meta right now. This is like one of the best units in the game. So if you don't have them, it's a good time to go ahead and try to get them. Now, there's also the brave female Robin, who is very similar to this one, where she can also do Hush Spectrum, but then... That's where the differences start to dissipate, because then that Robin has the ice tiles, and this one's got a duo skill, and then they're both pretty good damage dealers, but this one can repo and move again, while the other Robin can't actually do that. So they're very similar, but then they're also very different, which I think is pretty cool. Overall, though, I would say they're roughly about equal as far as like how good each one is. So if you're just trying to get Hush Spectrum, then if you have Brave Robin, you may not need this one, but if you're looking for the duo skill and the action economy and all that, then maybe this one is still valuable. Since we're talking about them, we might as well also talk about this guy, who is color sharing with them on blue. His fodder is good, right? Like, this Ephraim here, he's got Armored Blaze, he's got Earth Fire Boost, and he's also got Near Save. Pretty good fodder. Problem is, he himself is not very good. There's not too many good things you can do about him. As far as being a Near Saver go, he's, like... He was even very underpowered on release. I remember thinking... Like, why did they even bother with this guy? When he was on the same banner as Valentine Murr, who is the best far save unit in the game. And then they give us, like, one of the weaker near saves in quite some time. So that was kind of an anomaly there. Then on red, we have both Demote heroes. We have Torrod, and then we also have the male Kana from New Year. This guy's pretty good for scoring in Arena. He's just like his sister. They're both pretty good Arena units. This guy is red as opposed to blue like that Kana. And then... giving him Dragon Wall 4, which scores 500 SP, is pretty unfair for arena scoring. So, like, if you wanted to go for him at plus 10, you could definitely do it. His stat line checks out. He's a pretty solid merch project. And Torrod, his weapon, I remember thinking was pretty solid. Let's see here. Okay, maybe not. It's certainly not compared to some of the recent weapons, like the one that gives you 25 true damage from... Oh, man, I can't even remember which banner that one was on, but it was basically like Valentine's Selena weapon level. Like, that's how good that inheritable tome was. This one's not quite there. It's just like ability to remove impassable terrain and then get desperation as well. So it's okay, but it's not like insane. And then for fodder, this guy's got speed and res tempo, which is okay for pickup. Definitely, though, Macana, I would say, is going to be the primary target here. And he's also got Attack and Res Scowl 3 and also Dragon Wall 3. Both really great pickup skills for fodder. And then he has Dragonstone Plus, which is maybe slightly better than the Kana weapon, I would say. Because this one checks off his speed, which gives you a little bit of a better chance to activate the effects here. Okay, then we move on to green, where we have the Nabaton Altina. Very good unit. One of the better, like, I don't want to say like near or like melee or specifically, because she can do solid in ranged combat as well when tanking. She's a pretty solid Omni tank, but compared to some of the recent Omni tanks like Emblem and also Hathroon, I don't think this Altina is on that level, but she's still pretty good. She's also a really nice damage dealer too, because she's got the Brave attack and then her special is very powerful. So this Altina is definitely a worthwhile unit if you wanted to go for her, but I wouldn't say she's like as mandatory of a pickup as a unit like this, for example. And then she is accompanied by the new Year Kasser. Not a particularly common unit that you see too much. I don't think she's bad necessarily, or at least I didn't at the time that I first saw her. Things have obviously changed quite a bit. This unit came out how many months ago? Like 6 or 7 months ago by this point, so yeah, that in terms of Fire Emblem heroes, that is that's ancient. Like, you're no longer good if you're that old. So yeah, I don't think this unit's really breaking any molds in particular. Her fodder is just like not really there. Flash Sparrow and Lull speed and res, no, we don't really want that. And then infantry no follow-up 4 is okay, but there's certainly better C skills you could be running on your infantry units. And then her special is, I mean, it's not that hard to get to. You see the 4-hit cooldown, but you can run stuff like Marth Ring, and there's now Creation Pulse you could go for. So you'll definitely be able to see this a lot more consistently than back then. But even saying that, it's not really that mold breaky of a special. All it really does is, let's see here. All right, Nullify Guard. Unit survived. Grants one of the following 2 effects. So you get, what was it called again? Times Gate right there. So you get Times Gate to allies, which you can then use for a beacon. Like, you can warp to that ally afterwards, and then also possibly grants another action as well. So I don't know. Make of her what you will. I don't think she's particularly impressive. I don't think she's awful, though, but she's not, again, like this unit in particular. And then finally, on colorless, we have probably the second best unit on the banner, which is the Bride Embla. She is very good. Really awesome Gale Force Initiator, because she can fly. So there's a lot of spaces that she would be able to move over that a lot of other units can't. And then on top of that, she has insane support. She's giving -2 cooldown to her support ally or the ally with the highest speed on the team. So that's very good. That also procs at the start of every turn. So you could just like set up some insane shenanigans with that. And then also she just pulses herself as well. Like I said, you can use her as a great Gale Forcer, but she can also be a DPS option if you wanted to go for damaging specials. And her fodder is pretty good too. Beast Assault is one of the better beast skills for beast type units, because it lets them pierce DR and then also transform for free. Attack and Speed Wild is okay. It's not like crazy or anything, but it's not bad. And then of course her C skill, which is what sells all of these emblem units, or Embla units. She gets undefended, and then also feud on enemies in 3 columns and 3 rows, and then also neutralizes her own penalties and gets dodge, and then some other additional effects that the original Embla was lacking. So this is a very good unit, and like I said, I would say she's probably the second best unit on the banner behind only this Robin. So if you don't have her, may not be a terrible idea to try to get her. And fortunately for her, she has a good color share partner as opposed to Robin. So the baby Emerin is actually a very interesting and very unique unit where you can go ahead and pop her assist, which basically gives her a second action and then also turns her into a warping beacon with the way her kit works here. So you can use her to set up a lot of combos. She's very interesting in that regard, and Magic Shield is inheritable, so you can put this on your other really good staff units like Hortensia and Mythic Loki and things like that. So a very, very potent fodder unit here. And then she also has Poetic Justice and Attack and Res Oath. Poetic Justice is still pretty good fodder for your staff-type units. So I would say this Emerin is really good, and then also Embla is, like I said, the second best unit on the banner. So Colorless is probably in first place, despite Blue having the better unit on the banner. It's just that this guy is really, like, kind of bringing down the pool. He's got great fodder, like I said, but so does Emerin, and then she's just better. So I would say colors go like this. I would have Colorless in first, followed by Blue, and then followed by Green, and then followed by Red. Red is really only there if you're trying to go for a plus 10 of a demote. So let's go ahead and do our freebie and see what we get here. Okay, so like I said, I think Colorless is the best. I don't have Baby Emerin, so I'm going to try to get her. I don't really think there's any fodder here that I'm really looking for. Maybe Beast Assault for King Freyr, but actually Magic Shield is probably the superior fodder. So yeah, we'll go for Colorless and see what we get. Okay, that is neither Embla or a Baby Emerin, but that's how that goes. Let me know how your free summon was on this banner, and I would say, once again, like, you want to hold out for that legendary trailer first, see what we're going to get there, and then make your decision on whether or not you want to go ahead and pick up possibly units that you're missing, like Robin and Embla. So that's going to wrap us up for this video, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed the breakdown of this banner, and I will catch y'all again on the flip side.